Alright then, what's up? It's your boy 3 Star here, checking in with the video, and today we're gonna be doing an anime review, and we're gonna be doing it on Dororo, and yeah, and this was like a pretty good anime, and yeah, and let's get into it. Alright then, first thing first is the plot. In the plot, it's a greedy Lord Daigo land is dying, and so he decides to go to help for the demons. Then the demons decides to eat Daigo's first heir, and then after that the baby is born, and then nothing is left but the head. But then the only reason why his head was left because the one of the demons couldn't take his head, so he ended up leaving. And then 16 years later, his whole body is like practically a puppet body, and he just got a head attached to it. And yeah, and then after that he finds a bandit child named Dororo, and then they pretty much just embark on a journey trying to get Hakamaru's body, like stolen body, back, trying to get all his body parts that was stolen back from the demons. And yeah, and that's like, it's like a pretty simple plot. And yeah, and then first thing first, we got the main character, Hakamaru, and he is pretty much just trying to get his body back throughout the story, you know, struggling to get it back from the demons, and he has to slay demons. And yeah, and then one thing I liked about him is that like his character development is pretty much tied to the story progression, and as the story goes on, his character becomes better and better and better. And I ain't saying his character like one of the best characters in this series, because it's not, but he's like the top 3 best characters in the series. Like, and it was like you could see it, and yeah, it was good. And then one other thing, that he's not like most MCs, because like what I mean by that is, like, first of all, because of character design. I actually liked his character design because it was like, you know, he had like the 2 swords, and he got, you know, his feet. I wish he had swords on his feet, but obviously he wouldn't be able to walk with you know, swords as feet. So, you know, he had his arms and he had swords, and that was like pretty unique, and I actually liked it. It kind of reminded me of Orochimaru from Naruto. I don't know why, but I got them type of vibes. And yeah, and then after that we got another MC, Dororo. And Dororo is pretty much just, Dororo is there to keep Hakamaru grounded to his humanity, because Hakamaru still has, like, he has anger and hatred inside of his body for the demons, and like, so, and for his family. So like after he meet his family and stuff, he starts to you know, the hatred starts to reveal itself, and it becomes like very bad for him. He, like, it could possibly turn him into a demon, but Dororo keeps him grounded to his humanity, so, you know, he won't turn into a demon. And yeah, and then one thing I want to talk about with Dororo is his backstory. And his backstory is like, it was pretty sad, because it's like his, you know, his dad got injured because his dad got betrayed by a group of like by his group, because they were fighting against the samurai. And then after that, he pretty much had to travel around with his mama, and then his mama, you know, his mama just got pretty much just like, they was just struggling to, you know, find food and stuff. And then the whole scene with his mama met the dude that they used to they used to be her husband's side man. Like, I don't know why did I say that. I mean, like, his number 2, like, he used to be like the second leader of the group, and then to see him like, you know, right there, and then that whole situation, it was pretty sad. And the way his mama died too. And then one other thing about that's interesting about Dororo's character is the future of his character, because ever since he found his dad whole fortune, he pretty much can start an army and take over the samurai and stop all the wars that's happening in the land of of Japan. And yeah, and it's pretty interesting to see what he gonna decide to do. I'm pretty sure he's gonna decide to do something, I don't know. And then one other thing is, if you haven't watched the series, when I say this, like this would kind of kill the series for you, cause like I kind of got spoiled on this because I was on Instagram just scrolling through and I seen a post about it. So I'm warning y'all right now, if y'all don't want to find this out, if y'all like haven't watched the anime yet, I recommend y'all go watch the anime first, because it's gonna kind of ruin it for y'all. But yeah, one other thing is that it was so crazy when I found out that he was a girl. Like, I don't know, like it was the signs was there, because when the dude kidnapped her, and then like when they took all her clothes up because they was trying to see the tattoo on her back, she didn't want to show her front body part. And then like it was like signs there, but then I thought she was just like like a boy, and the boy just was shy. And yeah, and then after that we got to see well, we didn't get to see too much from Dororo. Like, Dororo didn't get that much character development, but he was still a good character. And then we got to Hamaru, Hakamaru's brother. I don't know how to say their name, but Hakamaru is pretty much the antagonist of the story. And like I said, he Hakamaru's brother. And it was like his character development was like the best in the series, because pretty much is that he pretty much grew from this happy child that kind of like like his like a happy child living his best life, into this dude that was trying to fight for his land and pretty much save his friends, because he didn't want to see his two best friends die. So he did have like the most character development throughout the whole entire series. And yeah, and then the second thing is, like I said, he he was fighting for his friends in his village. So, well, not his village, but his like town and his lands. So he pretty much is not a bad guy, because like I said, they need to take Hakamaru's body. If they stop Hakamaru from taking all his body parts from the demons, then the demons would have stayed and protected the lands, and then they would have brought fortune and prosperity to the lands. So they would have helped the other people. They would have helped people from dying and getting split up from their families and stuff. So he was actually trying to do something good, but he was just the antagonist because we was following Hakamaru's story. We weren't following his story. And yeah, then my thoughts on the anime. And one thing was the animations. And the animation, it was okay. It was just like a regular anime. It wasn't nothing too, nothing too beautiful or nothing too bad. It was just in between. And then I'm not gonna lie though, between like episode 15 all the way to like 20, that's when it had like a little drop off. And that's like when the anime, like when the progression of the anime just really slowed down between them episodes. And I don't know, for some weird reason, I actually binge watched all them episodes, but they was like so slow, because like I could tell like they were boring, but I watched it. I don't know why. And yeah, and then one other thing I like is the timeline that the plot took place in. And like I like the medieval, Japan with samurais and stuff vibe of the whole series. I really liked it. And yeah, and then one other thing is the same was the characters. The characters, since they was in a medieval Japan thing, they could have inside of a medieval Japan timeline, they could have easily took the characters a bunch of different ways, but they decided to make the characters realistic and make the characters was very realistic. Like you could see the darkness and humanity, people doing different stuff, killing, raping, robbing, doing all this stuff. And I kind of like that, because I don't like the things they was doing, but I like the way they actually portraying real life in the real medieval Japan times, because if you went back to them times, it wasn't really just a bunch of samurai fighting against each other. Well, that was kind of it, but it wasn't like everybody just was a noble samurai. Nah, everybody, like, it was a bunch of wars breaking out. Every time wars broke out, bunch of people died. Like, millions of people died. And then people died from starvation. People got robbed. People got raped. People got killed. So it was like, it's a bunch of different stuff. And I really liked how they portrayed it. And yeah. Then, like, the idea itself of someone has to retrieve their body parts back from a demon, I really liked it because I'm pretty sure it's not unique, but it's like I actually liked the idea. It was a cool idea, and yeah. And then, like I said, with the about the animations, midway through the show, the story progression slowed down, and that's one thing I kind of didn't like. It was like the story, it was like the places they was going to was kind of boring, and the story, like the little stories they had between it, was kind of boring, and I don't know why. And then I said the animation had a dip in there too. So, and then, like, they didn't really explain the demons well in the anime, because like they said every time he killed a demon out of ghoul that he would get his body parts back, but they didn't explain what demons that he would kill. And then he just, like, coincidence, like, it was a real coincidence, he just ended up running into all the demons out of nowhere. That didn't really make sense. Like, every demon, he pretty much just ran into every demon that took his body parts, like his main body parts. And I didn't know why, but like, that was like okay, that didn't kind of make sense. And plus, he killed other type of demons too, and he wasn't getting his body parts back. So they didn't do a good job as like telling us what demons was which, and like what demons took his body parts and what demons didn't. And then the ghouls, I didn't have no problems with them. They was pretty simple. And yeah. And then one other thing I really liked was the soundtrack. The soundtrack in this anime was amazing. I really liked it, even though it didn't fit the tone of what's the series, like I said, what timeline, the medieval Japan's, what place it took in, but I still enjoyed it. And yeah, and then the intro was like my favorite intro. The intro from episode 1 to, like, I think it was like 15 or something like that. I can't remember, but I actually liked that intro. That intro was very good, and it was very well done, because it kind of explained, like, you know how, like, with intros, like most intros just be there to be there, but it kind of explained him as a character, Hakamaru as a character, and the song kind of represented his feelings and stuff. And yeah, and then another thing is, like, Mayo, she was kind of pointless. Well, like, okay, like, I won't say she was pointless, but like, I didn't like that they kill her character off, because like she could had the same role as Dororo, but like I don't know how to say it, but like she would like had the same role as Dororo, but like, you know, obviously Dororo can't be with Hakamaru. That'd be weird, because like it's like legit like 10 years or more apart. So that was kind of weird, like the way they killed her off. And I was like, okay, you didn't really have to, like, to be honest with you. And yeah, then another thing that I liked was how it really, like, tackles morality, and like how and then it takes, like, tackles like moral justice and stuff like that, between good or bad. And cause like on the one side, we was on the side where Hakamaru was like, I want my body back because the demons took it. Y'all sacrificed me without my permission, so I want to take all my body parts back. But at the same time, the other side, the antagonist, Tukamaru, I don't know how to say it, his brother was like, yeah, you need your body parts back, but we need to sacrifice you so millions and millions of people can live and not have to die. So it was like a like, you pretty much had to, like, it pretty much was like, you know, testing your morality, and be like, what side would you choose? Like, do you, like, it's not fair for him to, like, it's not fair for people to take his body without his permission, but if they sacrifice him, millions of people would have been saved. So it's kind of like, what side do you choose? And I kind of did choose, like, at some points I was like on Hakamaru's side, but at some points I was like, dang, like that was kind of sad. Like, if Hakamaru to sacrifice his body, but then at the end I kind of stayed on Hakamaru's side, because like I said, it's not fair for you to take somebody else's body and sacrifice them without their permission. And then Hakamaru was an innocent child. He was just born. Like, I get if he was a criminal that was doing stuff and like was messing up the lands, so you sacrifice his body, but you didn't. And yeah, and then to rate the anime, like I said, I really like the characters. So for the characters, I give it a 9 out of 10, because the characters was, like I said, the characters was great, because they was so realistic, and they really represented the let me see how to put it, really represent the medieval times of Japan, with samurais and stuff in there. And yeah, and then the plot, I got it a 7, because the plot, it wasn't really unique. But and then, like, one other thing was, like, through episode 15 through 20, like, that really, the progression of the story kind of slowed down, and that kind of what made me take like 2 points off of it. So yeah, so I gave it a 7. And then for world building, I gave it a 7. I'm kind of on the edge of 7 or 8, but I ended up giving it a 7, because like I still like the, well, okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep it at a 7, because like one thing that like kind of took me out of it, because one thing like took me out of it was that they didn't explain the demons well, and then sometimes like I said, some points in the story, like some places just like, what is this? And then animations too. But yeah, but like one thing that kept it up there, kept it at a 7, is that it was like the medieval times of Japan. That's what really, like, they really represented it. And like I didn't take out points because the world wasn't colorful. It was kind of like the world was gritty, you know, dark, black and gray, and that's how medieval times of Japan was. So I couldn't really fault them for that. And yeah, and then for the execution of the plot, I gave it an 8 out of 10, because it was okay, and I liked how they the ending. I liked how it ended, and you know, stuff like that, and how they end up ending other characters' stories and stuff. And yeah, and then if I add all it up, you know, and divide it, it'll be a 7.7 out of 10, and that's pretty good for an anime. I know, like, the highest ranked anime I did review was, I think, The Promised Neverland, I think. And yeah, I think that time I resurrected as a slime got a higher score than this. I'm pretty sure it did, but hopefully it didn't. Hopefully, I don't know what I was thinking in the past, but yeah. And then like, if you end up making it to the end and you didn't watch the anime, well, you just spoiled like crazy. But I still recommend you to go watch it. Like, the biggest spoiler I probably gave you was that Dororo was a girl. And that kind of is going, like, you're not gonna get the same experience as you would have got if you thought he was a boy. If you understand it. But yeah, and that's pretty much it for this video. You know, it's your boy 3 Sword Style. Oh man, I'm messing up my outro already. It's your boy 3 Sword Style, and you already know, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and I'm out.
To the tune, till I'm dead. Don't want room in my Cuba, I don't want French. To the tune, till I'm dead. Don't want room in my Cuba, I don't want French. You was acting like you don't remember me, keep the same energy.